Hey guys, it's your girl Rainy Days here on the Level Podcast. Here's our host Bruce McFly and Skitty Lab bringing you a special episode of our next top 10 list. Esquire recently dropped the top 20 superhero movies all time. We decided to break it down, narrow it down to the top 10 comic book movies of all time. Let's get it. Who's going
I'll
first?
go last. I'll
Okay.
go last.
You
I'll
want to
go
go
So,
first,
first this
Skitty?
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
ISO on
All right.
Skitty.
Now, of course, y'all know my list is always outside the box, but it's also personal for me. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. But standing at number 10, it was literally the first comic book movie that I've ever seen in my entire life. I was a young bull. And again, just like I told Rainy Days earlier before we started this session, I didn't know it was a comic book movie. None other than the 4 foot feathered out man himself, Howard the Duck, one of George Lucas's hidden gems that had the 80s in an uproar, and I loved every bit of it. Every bit of Howard the Duck back in the day. That's my number 10.
I didn't even think about Howard the Duck. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. Um, well, my number 10, Time Travel Done Right. This one united the old and the new cast with high stakes, sharp storytelling, and a standout moment like Quicksilver's kitchen scene. Easily one of the best movies in the X-Men saga. My number 10 is X-Men Days of Future Past. I love Days of Future Past. Um, yeah, so put that on my list.
Yeah. That is fire. That is fire. So, um, I have kind of a two-parter here because I couldn't separate them. Um, most of you guys see my honorable mentions that I have on the YouTube page. I did three of them. You can check it out there on the Bruce McFly YouTube channel. But I didn't want to put one of these two in it because I couldn't separate it. First of all, to get to it, my 10A is Black Panther, and to me it was more than a movie, it was a moment. If you remember what it was like when Black Panther dropped, the everybody was going to the movies dressed up in the African garb, and it was just like our people were just celebrating something. And Chadwick Boseman was a great actor that we lost too soon. That movie means a lot to me, so I had to put it in. Pause. My 10B was Spider-Man No Way Home. It was basically a Spider-Verse dream come true. You got three generations of Peter Parker all on screen, paying homage to all Spider-Man fans, like biggest dreams of seeing on the big screen. So yeah, man, 10A, 10B, like I said, is Black Panther and Spider-Man No Way Home.
Number 9.
Number 9, I like the aesthetic. After I seen this movie, I did go back and read the comic book. I like the whole. I'm not too sure if he's George Miller though, but I know Sin City is. But they had the same director. My number 9 is the Spirit because he can dress in a mean suit and he gets the hose. Yeah. Like, nah, let me stop. No, I like the fact that the martial arts on there, again, the aesthetic, the silhouette scenes, they really popped out for me. So yeah, I definitely love the Spirit as my number 9.
I have to watch it. I have to watch it. Um, okay, so my number 9, until he's 90. Hugh Jackman arguably is the Wolverine of all time. In this movie, our first R-rated comic book movie in a long time. It was gritty. It was a fan song to Hugh Jackman as he exit his role as the Wolverine. It had a lot of stakes. We had a lot of heartfelt crying moments and death. And Logan is my number 9 on my list. I think Logan is the perfect homage to Wolverine. It's one of it was a great movie, and I think that that was kind of what solidified Hugh Jackman in our hearts as the Wolverine.
Well, Rain, it's funny you say that because my number nine is a brutal, raw, and emotional movie starring Hugh Jackman. And that movie was Logan. You you said it all. I mean, that's wild. Hi, your number nine be my number nine. We better not have anything landing on the same places. It's like, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Logan, fire movie, man. I loved it.
Okay. Number 8.
Again, outside the box. Like I said, most of this list is based on stuff that was like, oh, let me go see if that really a comic book, or maybe that's, oh wow, the comic is crazy. Standing in number 8, Dark Man. I was first introduced as Dark Man as a young bull. I was in the theaters and I was like a dude creating faces to put on his face to hide, you know what I mean? And then the fact that the injury that he went through cut off his nerve, like he really doesn't feel pain, and he has increased strength and agility. So in the movie they didn't really do it justice, but it was for that time and I loved it. But the comic book, Dark Man, the comic book, yeah, it definitely went in. It definitely went in. So yeah, number 8, Dark Man, old school Liam Neeson.
Okay. I have to, I'm gonna rewatch that. Spirit and Darkman. So far is what you got. Okay, so I gotta watch both of them because they was not on my list. But thank you for saying that. My number 8, at his peak. I'm gonna have to say I can't really say it without saying the person's name, but at his peak, Wesley Snipes made vampires effing cool. Slick, bloody, black, and directed by Guillermo del Toro, the sequel levels up the action with a brutal new vampire threat, stylish fight choreography, and overall comedic humor. Blade 2 is my number 8. I know we have a speculative new Blade coming up, but when I remember watching Blade 2, and I think this was the first time I was like, I'm into like the whole supernatural and vampire. I didn't even know it was a comic movie until later in life. But just the vampire and the supernatural of it all, and just having a black vampire who was like a kick ass, like ain't taking no stuff. He was a day walker. It was like, wow, this is amazing. So yeah, I had to put my guy on there, Blade 2.
That's fire. That's fire. My number 8 is another Spider-Man movie, but this is actually Into the Spider-Verse. Um, for some of the same reasons that I picked Black Panther in the place I picked it at, this movie did the same thing. Once again, it showed that Spider-Man, one of the biggest heroes out there, it showed this new generation of comic book fans that you can also be a hero. You can be your favorite hero. That's what Miles Morales represents to me. Letting that little boy, little girl, whatever of color see that they can be a hero. You can be smart, a nerd, and still save, be good, and be the biggest hero in comic books. So that's that. I just love the movie so much. I mean, and what it represented. That's why the first Into the Spider Verse is my number 8.
Okay, number 7.
All right, number 7, I was, a bit like, oh, was this a comic book movie? But I mean, when I was first watching it, I was like, it had to be. It had to be. Come to find out, it was a manga and it was an animated series. None other than The Guyver. Now, if you're not too familiar with The Guyver, it's called The Guyver Bio Boost Armor. This kid, he stumbles upon a contraption while getting jumped by these gang members, and he accidentally hits his head on the contraption, and then the contraption comes alive and changes his whole being, and he grows this armor that looks cool as ever and goes on a rampage kicking ass. Now, the difference between the manga, anime, and the movie is that whenever he like transformed into the Guyver in the anime and the manga, everything around him dies. It explodes. It's like an explosion when he transforms. So you got to stay clear in the anime and the manga, but in the movie there was no explosion. But again, it was those 90s B movies, action. The martial arts was a little bit on point. And I love the story. It got me to go read the manga and to go watch the anime. So if you haven't checked it out, The Guyver, Bio Boost Armor.
Um, my number seven. I don't know. Y'all just need to let Guillermo del Toro just make some more. He need to make some new, apparently, comic book movies because he was in his bag with some of these movies. But a cult classic that blends gothic style and supernatural action. My guy Ron Perlman owns this role. None other, not the typical superhero, Hellboy. The Hellboy movie was arguably one of the best movies of its time. This after it started to progress, it got a little bit up, but that first one had everybody on it, from the horns when he broke his horns off, to the characters, to the storyline, to the grittiness of it. It was in that they were in that element at that time, and I had to put Hellboy on the list because it's a classic, you know. So that's what's my number seven.
Word, word, word. My number seven is Captain America: Civil War. Um, Once again, it was the Captain America movies. I'm a huge fan of. Well, when it comes to Winter Soldier and Civil War, the first Avenger, whatever, that was cool. But anyway, with this movie, you got the introduction of Spider-Man. Obviously, that's big for me. You got their take on the Civil War storyline in the comics. It was different. Some beats were the same, but it was fire just to see the Avengers split down the middle fighting each other. And then you had the Black Panther of it going after Zemo. And you had that scene when Iron Man fighting the Winter Soldier and Captain America. It was just fire. Um, that movie, I love it.
Brooklyn
That was my
brawling.
joint.
Still, what I agree. Great scene, great scene. But yeah, number six.
All right, number six. I mean, a lot of us didn't know that this was a comic book movie. A lot of us didn't know that it was a comic book character. But the last we got from it, and he was smoking. Gotta give it up to the mask. The Mask is undefeated in most superhero versus comic book fights because Toon Force is ridiculousness and he definitely expresses that. So yeah, love the Mask. Love it.
I completely forgot it was a comic book movie. Wow,
That's what I'm
Jim
saying.
Carrey, gold. It, it's gold. Like that was a great pick. I agree. Like I'll put that on my honorable mention. Like wow, I didn't even think about it as a comic book movie. I should have googled it. Cause
I did not know until the cartoon came out. And when certain credits come out, because sometimes in the movies, like, we don't really read the credits like that.
yeah,
Sometimes, but for the most part, when you're a kid watching a cartoon, you're reading everything. That's how I knew Whoopi Goldberg was the voice of Gaia on Captain Planet. Netflix, don't fuck it up. But yeah, nah. I when I realized it was a comic, he was a comic book character. I was like, hold on, okay, let me do some research. And in the comics, he was a lot worse than he was in the movie. He was hella worse. But yeah,
okay.
yeah, that's my stuff.
Smoking. Got it. All right. My number six. My bro already he said it a little bit earlier in his list, but I'm just going to reiterate. This was a love letter to the Spider-Man fans. this movie literally brought a teardrop to my eye. I don't know if you guys know, but I am the biggest Tobey Maguire Spider-Man fan of all time. He is my go-to Spider-Man, and to watch him come on screen for the first time in years was like a moment. It was a movie moment, a movie theater moment. For me, it was a moment. So Spider-Man No Way Home, it had everything. It gave Tom Holland um the emotional like rawness he need when he had to decide if he was going to kill, the Green Goblin or not. Tom Maguire brought back, stopping him from doing something that he wanted to do so many years. We got Andrew Garfield redemption arc when he saved MJ, when he couldn't save Gwen Stacy. It was just a great multiversal movie. It brought a lot of elements from all of the Spider-Man arcs into fruition, and I loved it. So it was my number six. It was hard to, I moved it around in my list because of other things do kind of come before it. But shout out to that movie.
Yeah, fire, fire. My number six, people that know me know my love for this movie. Um, Man of Steel, Zack Snyder's version of Superman. It was it was basically how I got it written in a review that I'm doing of this movie. I wrote it as Zack Snyder reimagined Superman as a conflicted, powerful alien trying to find his place. It was beautiful, bold, and mythic. I'm not going to give you more than that, but that's how I feel about that movie. I love it, and I do not like Superman as a character, but that movie is in my top 10 and will always be there.
Okay. Time for top five. Number five.
Number five, again, did not know this was a comic book series, did not know he was a comic book character. But after watching the movie, it definitely got me reading the comic books, and they definitely left a lot of stuff out in this comic book. And I'm talking about none other than Kick Ass. That was a great, great comic book movie. And again, it's another one of those characters where, it's kind of realistic, where his injury caused him not to feel pain to a certain extent. So it's like he can go all out if he's well trained, which he does get trained later on in the movie by a, a character named Big Daddy, but you could tell he was definitely a copy paste of the Adam West Batman. And shout out to Nicolas Cage for doing that. He was my favorite character in that movie. But yeah, kick ass number five.
That's so crazy because I have that on my honorable mention along with Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and I struggled because they were like on my number 10. I was just like, I don't know, but that was a great one. I love Kick Ass. I watched it like 1,000 times in college. So, but not my number five. I digress. My number five, also already mentioned. Apparently, I'm a bigger Spider-Man fan than I thought I was. So I found out right in this list. But Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It is the only animated film on my list, and it's arguably by being an animated film and being so heavily weighted and acclimated, it shows. This was something that was not live action, but it was created, and the multiverse was made so seamlessly. It didn't feel like it was too much. It didn't feel like it was a lot going on. The plot just flowed, and the character development of Miles Morales, seeing a minority person in the role of Spider-Man, seeing his family not being, you know, hood gangsters. His dad was a cop. It to see that.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. We can read your lips because you're like, how about now?
Let me make sure on the back.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes.
you now.
Okay, I think my
Yeah.
mic died.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
That sounds like a skitty moment right there.
Literally not. Didn't even tell me. Okay, what at least sound at? Did I at
I
least say the
couldn't
number?
tell you. Yeah, we
It
heard.
was
Who was you talking about again?
Spider-Man into the
Yeah,
Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider Verse. Yeah, we heard all that. We
you was you
heard.
was you was talking about how it showed a positive picture on his family. I was about to be like, well, I mean, his uncle was a
Besides his
villain,
uncle,
but
but
no. You was
traditionally his
saying some
dad
positive
and
stuff.
mom, yeah.
Yeah, and
You know,
definitely agree with it. So yeah,
yeah.
move on.
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So traditionally, his dad and mom, because normally when you get a black character or a minority character, they don't have parents. So it's
Right,
like,
right.
seeing that positive light on it was good, and I think that hopefully in 2029 or 8 or whatever the next one come out, we'll finally get that cliffhanger payoff. All right, go ahead, bro.
Which number we on? Number
5.
5, right? Five. My number 5, Prizzy. I know it's probably in. I know it's in Rain's top 5. I don't know if it's in Skitty's because he's digging into the crate for his comic book joint. So maybe I did name this wrong. Maybe I should have stuck with superhero movies because if I would have did it broad as he's doing it, I would have had a different list too. But I digress. My number 5 is Avengers Endgame, the epic conclusion to the 10-year saga. Started with the original Iron Man. It was fire. It is where pretty much the MCU died. After that movie, the MCU died. So, yes, I loved it. I mean, I appreciate everything it did for cinema, comic books, and the in betweens. I love it. Avengers Endgame, my number 5.
Number 4.
Number 4. All right, now they don't get enough respect for being comic book characters, and they have touched every one of our lives. Period. No question. No exclamation. All 4 of these brothers have come up. Your TMNT is my number one, my number 4 uh, comic book movie of all time. The first one till this day is still the best movie, hands down, out of the series. Even though I got love hate with all of them, more love than hate because I am a TMNT fan. But the first one off rip, I mean, my favorite cuss word was damn for so long. So long. Get back here! I'm not finished with you! Damn! That was, I used to ask my aunts, hey, can I say that word when I get mad? That was the only word that I was allowed to say, but I had to ask, because I didn't want to get slapped in the back of the head. But yeah. TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's my number 4.
Time out. Time out. Skitty talking gave me a dope idea.
Mm-hmm.
One of these next lists have to be like pop culture movie or something like
Mm-hmm.
where it has Ghostbusters or something
Yeah.
like one of those type of lists.
I was
And
about to say,
with
because that
that,
list is
I
just
want
crazy.
to implement something in our Discord with that. I got to figure it out. The gears are about to start turning, but I'm just letting y'all know
It's a
the
turn.
next
The
episode of this
gears
top 10
are
is going to be
turning.
an epic one. Go ahead, Ab. It's yours.
Okay. We're on number 4, right? What number we on? 4?
4, yeah, 4, 4.
You had me distracted. I was so excited between Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the next list. I didn't know where we were. But okay, my number 4. You can tell me my brother are related. Because my number 4 is I am inevitable, but I am Iron Man. Avengers Endgame. It already was said. We know how we feel about Avengers Endgame, so much so that we think RDJ is going to come back and save the universe. So it was everything we wanted for fans. Coming off Infinity Wars, which were kind of It was okay when you really think about it in the grand scheme of things. But Endgame is what stamped the MCU. Was it the death of the MCU? Yeah, but hopefully now, with this new phase, we'll get some type of revival or resuscitation. But Avengers Endgame, my number 4. So number
All right.
3.
Hold on, number
Yeah, I was
three.
about to say,
Yeah,
did,
I'm the
you ain't
last
do
Oh, I
nothing.
person. I
forgot.
think.
You're the last person.
Yo,
No,
wow.
it
That's how
wasn't on
y'all treat
purpose.
me on this.
It's
All right.
because you started talking about the other list. I thought you already went.
And I'm getting nice right now too, so you
Okay.
don't think I'm slow. I'm just moving slow. um, my
He's in
number
the air with the
4.
fishes.
Yes, my number 4. Oh yeah. My number 4. This was my number 1 comic book movie, superhero movie for a long time, and it's Spider-Man 2. Uh, Toby, this is a shout out to you, Ed, Toby Maguire, and this is a shout out. I don't know, Skitty, if you said something before, if you like Doc Ock, but anyway, that movie, the portrayal of the Octopus, their relationship, the hurt, the emotion in that movie, just I loved it. That was like the perfect comic book movie to me for the longest time. Along with the Spider-Man 2 PlayStation 3 game, I think it was Spider-Man 2 the movie. They were perfect to me. Yeah, that is my, what is this, number 4? Yes, number
Number
4.
4. All right, now number 3.
Funny that you said something because Spider-Man 2 is my number 3. It was the best. I don't care. I stand 10 toes down and I'll argue. It was the best Spider-Man movie ever made. Period. No debate. And I'm talking about all around movie. Like, not just comic book movie, because Alfred Molina did his thing as Doc Ock. He was still a favorite on what was the Far From Home? It, No Way Home. He was a fan favorite on that. So, and I also like how they changed the dynamic. What back in what you were saying, Bruce. How they changed the dynamic of Doc Ock and Peter Parker's relationship, where Doc Ock, he was a cool guy. I mean, he was still a good science. He was still a scientist, but he wasn't a mad scientist. Like in the comic books or in the cartoons of what we were introduced, where he didn't care about life, he didn't care about anything else, he just cared about his work. You didn't get that from this Doc Ock. You got somebody who wanted to make the world a better place. Now, he did get driven mad by the connection with his arms, which was an interesting twist, because he was already mad before his arms in the comic book and in the cartoons. But yeah, as an overall movie, Spider-Man 2 was great. And that's why it's my number 3.
Well, thank you guys. I mean, I think it should be on everybody's list, but some people like to be weird. But my number 3 movie, this movie was a tense political thriller. To me, by far, one of the best MCU movies and one of the best Captain America movies. Captain America Winter Soldier is still held to a high standard to this day. No Captain America has came to it. Bucky, the evolution of Bucky from going to the Winter Soldier, the conflict of, I had to stop my best friend, but I couldn't stop my best friend, finding out, that Bucky was the reason why Tony Parents was dead. Still to this day, we are going to beef over what side to choose, because I'm Team Tony and I felt like he should let him that dude. But, either way, Marvel was in that bag. MCU was in that bag with this movie, so I had to make it number 3. No way. No way.
And that was my number 3. On to you, Skitty. I ain't got nothing to say.
Oh, well,
Yo, I swear to goodness, yo. I swear to goodness.
I'm pretty sure we
it's
got the same
movies
number
No,
one.
left.
Like I'm almost
no,
positive. We got to. We'll see, but I'm almost
no,
positive we do.
no. That's
Because
for
I
real. Winter
actually
Soldier.
got the look. I'm looking at what type of shirt you got on right there. Oh, you changed your
Stupid.
shirt. Oh, my number one is
I
on
got
my
one.
shirt. My
Wolverine.
number one is on my shirt. So
Okay.
never mind. All
Okay.
right.
My so we on what number two? Since you
Three.
know what I mean? Yeah. No, yeah. Number two, my two was mentioned earlier. I think we all mentioned that. Blade 2. Blade 2 was the best in its series, period. No debate. Um, it had the best villain, Jared Nomak, period. No debate. The fight scenes with Jared Nomak were like top tier fight scenes, period. No debate. The Blood Pack was fire. I wish we would have got more Donnie Yen, aka Snowman. I wish we would have got more what was the bull's name? He's big boss in the underworld, John. Tony Curran. He was priest, the Irish vampire. Overall, like I said, the Blood Pack overall, when you see these people, you see them ninja vampires come in that scene when they doing little flips over the ceiling and stuff like that. You're like, okay, all right. And they get into that fight. Yeah, that was definitely fire. So yeah, Blade 2 definitely standing on top of my number two.
Okay. My number two. I'm not going to say much because you guys did a great job, paying homage to it. And it is one of the best superhero movies of comic book Spider-Man movies of all time. The GOAT, Tobey Maguire, was bit by a spider. Me, I was bit by a goat. Spider-Man 2. Hands down. That's all I got to say.
Like, I mean, I was bit by a goat.
That
Bit
shout out
by
to
a spider.
Eminem. That verse, I don't know if you guys heard it. Eminem song, Tobey Maguire, hard. But
So that was your number two, Spider-Man 2?
Spider-Man
Okay,
2.
so now I know at least we got some different things going
Okay.
on with at the end of this list.
Okay.
Um my number two is Avengers Infinity War. Uh I hold that movie over Endgame, and that's how when I started building my list and I started comparing movies against movies to see which one I like better, and that built my top 10 for me. And when I compare Infinity War to Endgame, Infinity War's ending, it ended in a way where it was like, yo, everybody died. Black Panther, you knew. Yeah, I mean, even for the people that read the comic book and knew how it ended there, or knew what was going to happen there, this still, the weight of this movie, it was real heavy, and you felt that it impacted the whole, like the future of this whole universe, and it was like water cooler talk for a whole year. I mean, we was all debating how would it end or who's coming back. It was just crazy. It was a moment in time that I miss, and like I said before, Avengers Infinity War is my number two.
Okay. Number one.
All right. My honorable mention, y'all mentioned already, the Winter Soldier. I love the action sequence. I love the Winter Soldier itself. When he caught that shield, boom, on that rooftop, I was like, oh. But in my opinion, and this is my opinion, and this is just how I feel, and what this movie made me feel. Captain America: The First Avenger is my number one, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. I again was not convinced that Chris, what the fuck is his name? Chris Evans. Chris Evans. Chris Evans. I was not convinced. He was still Johnny Storm in my eye. Um, but not just that. But it's not just that though. All the previously parts that he played before being announced as Steve Rogers, they were kind of like they were good guys, but they were more assholes. remember, with the exception of Snowpiercer. Snowpiercer is where I saw that Captain America leadership. That's where I saw it. And I was like, oh, okay. I see why they probably casted him as Captain America. But I mean, he was boyfriend number 7 on Scott Pilgrim, asshole. When you first meet Chris Evans, he was Jake the Jock on Not Another Teen Movie, asshole. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like, oh man, he's Captain America. But when you saw the first Avenger, my favorite scene till this day. Tommy Lee Jones talks about how Captain America needs to be this, needs to have heart. Dummy grenade, throws it out. And when he jumped on that grenade and everybody else decided to spread out, I was like, oh my God, Chris Evans did it. He did it. He changed his range of acting to fit the core of Steve Rogers. And that's what's been missing in a lot, and I'm going to say every superhero movie, is they remove the core of what we fell in love with the character and replace it with something else. So that's why Captain America First Avenger stands at number 1 with me.
Okay. Well, before I say my number one, I'll do honorable mentions too. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. This was a cult classic. We got a blend between video games, comics, and romance. They even did so much. They did an animation. Netflix recently did a series about it. The Watchmen. The Watchmen is honorable mention. That movie was beyond its time. Graphic storyline, phenomenal. And Spawn, 1997, another honorable mention. My guy Michael J. White. You gotta give this. Yeah, you got Spawn was, but to the number one. To me, this is still, until further notice, this is the best comic book movie of all time. Reason why, mainly, I'm gonna say it. Heath Ledger Joker is immortal. He still can't be touched. And The Dark Knight took the comic book world by the neck, and people are still trying to triumph it. Yes, we have Avengers Endgame. Yes, we have Infinity Wars. But I remember watching The Dark Knight, and I remember saying, this is a comic book movie. It had everything, emotional pull, it had action, and it gave us a Christian Bale Batman that we haven't really seen before. I know, arguably, was he a good Bruce? Who knows? But Batman, that dynamic between him and Heath Ledger was at par. So my number one is The Dark Knight.
Let's not leave out Harvey Two Face Dent.
Yes,
Played a
Harvey Two Face
that
as well.
that their Two Face. I mean, and I'm usually a stickler on Two Face because he's one of my favorite villains. But yeah, I like the fact that they didn't play on Big Bad Harvey. They just played him getting sick and tired of being sick and tired of and leaving it to fate.
And that scene, you either die a villain, or die a hero, live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Wow, what? Okay, I'm done.
All right, I appreciate that. To everybody watching this, I'm gonna post the video that I got coming later that shows my isolated top 10 because Ebony has picked my number one.
I told you had the same number
my
one.
goddamn number one. So, you know what? I will go into more. Look, the shirt. There you go. Look, you see.
That's a hard shirt, though. That's a hard shirt.
I see the glistening. The glistening.
You know what I mean? But my honorable mentions were also 2 Batman movies. It was the Batman 2022. I love that movie. Just I don't care how people feel about that guy from Twilight. I didn't even think he was going to do good, but it surprised
he played
me.
A nice, like you said on the video, he played a nice brooding young Batman.
Yeah, exactly. Emo dude. I also had the Dark Knight Rises with Bane, and also what some people say is is the movie that kicked off the whole Marvel thing, which is Iron Man. I want to go back and amend that video. It was not that, because it'll be Blade. Blade was what really, 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 really made them see that a superhero movie can be successful, and that is what kicked the feather of a dream into Kevin Feige's mind that started Iron Man. I mean, so
I wish it would kick him to start a fucking Blade movie now. The
I
fuck?
know, I know, I know, I know.
Be here one day.
Um, let's just get let's do a great X-Men first. But to finish this out, once again, my number one was the Dark Knight. Heath Ledger was the perfect character to me. I hold that top tier in any media, any role. The way he portrayed his version of the Joker, not the main version of the Joker,
Mhm.
his version of the Joker, still to this day, it changed comic book cinema. It changed what you think could be a comic book movie. I mean, so yeah, that's it.
I want to throw something in
You know how I
there
got these
with
scars.
what you just said, because you said it on point. He played his version of the Joker, and I love, and this is just me, I loved every version of the Joker with the exception of the Batman, because we didn't even get to see him, we just heard him.
Mm-hmm.
But Gotham, on the series Gotham, that
Mhm.
Joker, fire,
Mm-hmm.
absolute fire. And he was good for a TV Joker.
Right.
George Romero back in the day, Adam West Batman, he was good for that time period Joker where he was hilarious. He was still dark, but he was more funny. And then you had Jack Nicholson, the gangster, you know what I mean? They all played their respective parts of the Joker for the time that they were doing it in. And bravo to all of them. That's all I wanted to say.
Agree. I definitely agree. I think I this the piggyback. I think what you said is true. I think what Heath Ledger did for his version of the Joker, it gave us layers to a character that I think we didn't know really existed. From how we seen him. He's the funny guy. He's kind of like the ish and giggles for Batman, but to watch how he immersed himself in that role so much self that it cost his life, R.I.P. to Heath Ledger. But to see exactly what he wanted to portray, and then for the echo through so many Batman fans, was what made him immortal. It really gave us, it made people like the Joker a lot more than what they liked him for. They felt like he was a relatable character because, in a sense, he was doing what he thought was right for Gotham. Was it right or wrong? Obviously not, but that's what he was doing. And he was trying to create his version of Gotham that he wanted. And it definitely spoke in that movie. So shout out to Heath Ledger. If that's anything about to say, shout out to him because he was a goat. I guess
Yes,
that's it.
man. Yes,
We done
yes,
wrapped it up.
man. That was fire. That was fire. Um, we gotta. I gotta kick something off. That he done sparked an idea, and I just gotta think a little bit deeper about it. But yeah, yeah, that was a fire list today. I'm angry that. I mean, why am I angry that we like the same things? I wanted to just be different. You feel me? So next time we gonna run this list back one day, but do it the way Skitty did it. But I guess I gotta change it a little bit because he would just say the same thing he just mentioned in his list that he just went over. Whatever. I
Yeah,
gotta change it up.
we could do
Change it.
superhero. I mean, yeah, that's why originally I had superheroes because when they released the list on Esquire, they had Teenage Mutant Turtle was in it.
Well, when you say superhero, my list is
It, yeah,
superheroes.
it is. But when you
Yeah.
broaden that, you get things like the Incredible 2 was on
Right.
the Incredible was on the list. And the Incredibles is probably one of the best, it's an animated superhero movie. So, you just get a little bit more outside of the comic era. You get like the animated
I
superhero
guess
movies,
no. I think superhero is 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 more strict. Saying comic book broadens it because when I say comic book,
Mhm.
that's why Skitty started saying like Howard the Duck
The
and
Duck,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Spirit,
If I would have
Darkman.
if I would have kept it the way if I would have kept it superhero, Yeah, I
Then I
mean,
could
like
only.
you wanted it, we would have
I mean,
strictly been
It was
on
like
this type of.
superhero, like they had like the Crow on there.
yeah,
They
I was about to say
had
superhero. Yeah, that still would be
yeah, they
classified
had
superhero.
Okay,
just to give it
but
like
Howard the Duck isn't a superhero.
he's not. He's definitely a comic book.
And
Yeah,
the
yeah,
definition
yeah,
of a superhero, yeah, Howard the Duck is not a
yeah. He's
superhero.
not. I mean, technically, he's
He's a
not.
comic book character.
He saved some stuff, skitty, but tell us he's a superhero.
Only thing he's saving is some tail he might knock down. You heard?
Oh yeah, he had that baby. He got
Yeah,
that bird daughter now.
yeah, that egg girl.
Birdie, that's her name from
Look,
Okay.
exactly. You did study long, study wrong, brother.
Yeah, I was like,
He was in there
hold
trying to
on. I was like,
debunk
let me.
what I said.
And they also had Unbreakable on it.
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable was
Oh, yeah,
number
with,
8.
Because that was M. Night Shyamalan's superhero universe. That was
Yeah,
his version.
they had
of
that one
superhero.
too.
Mr. Glass and all
Mr.
that.
Glass
And the Beast. What was the Beast name?
Oh, that movie was so fucking disappointing. Yo.
What, the Beast
Glass?
movie?
No,
The Glass, the last one.
Split was fire.
Yeah,
Split
Split.
and Unbreakable were fire.
That last one.
Glass?
Yeah,
Oh
Glass.
my god, man! They held his head in a puddle.
A puddle.
Puddle.
That was the end of Samuel.
You can't just lift. You can't lift up. You can't just. That's all you have to do.
They sometimes expect us like, yo, let me tell you something, bro. Like sometimes wrestler logic, yo, watching SummerSlam last night, I was like, yo, they expect us to believe some of the goofiest shit out there. Like, I can't even. I tried to give you a daggone detailed example, but so many examples just jumped in my head. I can't pull away. It's just like, yo, you have to be like, to enjoy wrestling for what it is, you have to be, I hate to say it, because I'm a moron.
Yeah.
You feel me? You have to believe some of the most unbelievable BS is true. Like, how is a referee still employed when he constantly looks away from things he's supposed to look out for?
He'd be like,
you just heard somebody get cracked in the head with a chair, but you still
ain't see it.
You ain't see it. You ain't see it.
Yo,
He ain't see it.
come on. Like, don't you think in any sport, if someone was really injured, it would have to be disclosed on the medical report? You could not fake an injury and just show up and start playing in the game without going through the proper channels. So I think CM Punk needs to write his representative and have them look into this storyline.
He was on the news and everything. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be out for a while. Only time will tell.
Wrestling logic, you know what I mean? But we love it. We love it. I mean, I don't want to go viral for saying wrestling fans are morons, because I'm one. You can't clip that up. I am a moron. Look, if I turn my head around, it says AEW. I am an AEW sicko. You feel me? So,
Hilarious. Good times. Are we still
I have
on
my
live?
glasses on. But
You
yeah,
know,
we
glasses on.
But yeah, anything else? We good to go? I mean, this the conversation after the conversation. So
Good to go. We looks like we did good on time today. Good for us.
yeah,
We're getting
because
better.
I had nothing to do, so I wasn't going to cut nothing. Because after we finish this, I just gotta cut videos, edit videos, and that's what I gotta do, and do stuff around the house. But yeah.
All right. So next top 10 is going to be.
No, let's table that for a second. I want to think about some things first, but we doing the top 10. It'll probably be in 2 weeks, but we gonna do something.
Okay.
He's like, if we do this, Skitty's gonna go.
You feel me? It's that gif where the dude doing math in his head, like the numbers breaking down, like
Skitty is an unknown variable. Damn it.
Hell yeah. Yes. I must account for his in-depth reviews on things.
Don't give me what we gotta do. We're gonna eventually gotta do like a fantasy top 10 fantasy movies or series, something like that.
Oh
yeah,
man.
I know. Woo! I know. Hold on. Are we just doing fantasy, or you want to mix sci-fi / fantasy?
We do sci-fi / fantasy.
Because if we just straight fantasy, I might name
Lord of the Rings
something
1, Lord of the Rings 2, Lord of the
like
Rings 3.
it'll be like the Dark Crystal, and like, man, I don't even want. Never mind. I don't want to say my list out loud. I don't want to say my list.
Barbarian, Destroyer.
Oh man, I'll be like Red Sonja. You feel me?
Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh my gosh, man! When I saw that movie, I thought that was where Mortal Kombat came from. I was like,
quoted Ed Boon. That was his idea for Raiden. That's exactly where he got his idea from.
And Shang Tsung, yo, it had to be because the old man.
Probably. Probably.
Big.
But it was definitely. But he has been quoted saying that he got his idea from Lightning, because that's the name of the character.
Yeah.
From Lightning, to do Raiden.
But yeah, man. Ooh, we got so many lists. We got content for days, man. Content for days. I gotta throw. We can top 10 Saturday morning cartoon, yo.
Don't play me.
Yes. What?
Yes. We could do a blowout spectacular for that one.
Yes. 100% yes.
Because we definitely know all of our lists will not be the same. We absolutely know. You feel me? Because I could just name. I can name it. I gotta look up.
I'm naming one right now.
But when the dude
Bot Masters,
I'm a name the dude who turned to the car. It was called. He stretched out and turned to a red Corvette. It was called.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called though.
It was
because he was also part of the Mr. T team too.
I think so. But
they had a cartoon where they collide. I know what you're talking about.
But he's saying GoBots. And remember Centaurians or Visionaries?
Whoa. Ooh. You mean the Centurions?
Yeah, Centurions.
Power Extreme.
Power Extreme.
Come on. And then Mask. Not the Mask.
No,
Mask.
Where they Turbo Team.
Turbo Team.
The cars turned into the airplanes. Yo, what? Captain Power and the future of tomorrow. You don't want to go there. I'm calming down.
Hold up. If you want to do it, we can mix all of Saturday morning in there, and I could be like, at the school we play. Another day.
Let the music play. Join down in Fraggle Rock. Yeah.
We can get it.
Okay. We're going to come up with some ideas in our chat. We might put it out there to the Discord. Get a vote. What should our next top 10 be?
Okay. That'd be cool.
Other than that, I don't have anything. Either one of you two can close it out today.
You want to close it out, Skinny?
No, y'all got it. I would have to write something. I would have to write something down and practice it.
You know what? No. Rain. You know what? I love putting people on the spot. Skitty, it's on.
He's funny as hell. He's funny. You're a funny guy. All right. All right. Well, today you heard everything that we had to blah 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 blah. See, this is what happens. This is what happens, folks, when you put me on the spot. I do the blah blahs. But nah, this your boy Skitty, Bruce, Rainy Days. We always love you coming at the level up. Level up, right?
Level podcast.
I don't want anybody to come at the level. You feel me? I like it. show up.
We're at the level podcast.
The
See, not bad again. But yes, we enjoyed you watching. And again, what Bruce said, tell us what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Tell us our
Follow
next
all
top
of
10
us.
idea. Yeah, all of us. I said that right?
Yes.
I don't know. See,
You
said
saying
good
everything?
job.
You doing it right? You
when
doing
I'm
it
on the
right?
spot and I'm sober, you fucking up. You fucking
Man,
up. I couldn't go with the flow. You know what I'm saying?
man.
I wasn't rolling with the homies. You know?
Oh,
But nah. But we all thank you for coming up to Level Podcast. Again, this is Skitty, Rain, Bruce. Love, peace, and chicken grease. We out.
Till next level.
chicken grease.